Me, I'm an entertainer, man. I knew I could have thrived being a...
And no regrets, obviously.
So I'm good friends with Sia. I sometimes, and this is, I've never said this on a platform. Sometimes
Hectic.
Have you ever done a sex tape?
No?
Bro, I've done blockbusters with Viola Davis, Idris Elba, Regina King, but that is nothing. 'Cause I don't have that one who truthfully used to support me and love me. The benchmark of pain is just... Before my mother died, I didn't understand suicide. My mom's memorial service, they said, your mother was so proud of you that she used to share your drag and pole dancing videos in the church WhatsApp group.
In the church group.
I always struggle with women because I think this can get me in trouble. But
Load Shed Season 3, we kick off again today with a really well-known guy. He's very authentic. He's himself. He doesn't care what people say. We see the abuse on social media all the time. Siv keeps on giving and he keeps on growing, and we'd like to welcome you to the Load Shed podcast.
My favorite post of yours is when you post, I know what I saw.
I know, that's getting more attention than some of the inspirational stuff that I do.
I know what I saw, because I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Actually, so funny. I posted 2 calves that looked like a naked man and a woman, and I got shadow banned for a day.
Hectic.
I know what I saw.
Yeah, Instagram, me and Instagram. I argue Instagram all the time. I always click. They say it has been removed, and then I click why. Then I click there. It's my culture. Then they put it back up because they can't argue with my culture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hear that.
Don't I say, I've heard amazing things about your podcast. I've actually seen some stuff. Jam put a great stamp on you guys. It's great to be here, and I'm glad to hear that you're making this your 9 to 5.
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, Siv, we're also lucky to have you, man.
Great to be here, man.
Thank you.
The invoice is coming.
Oh, we'll take it.
know-
I've checked you on Instagram, physique on peak.
Yeah.
Why? You look like a rugby player, man. Why didn't that looks like it could have been
won us the
easy
World
for
Cup,
you?
bro.
I think
Easy.
It's funny you say that because the thing about rugby, it's like anything in life. Rugby needs to be your full-time job. It can't be your side hustle. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm an entertainer, man. I knew when I was in grade 8, I was offered a scholarship to Randebosch Boys. I was in the interview. I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to go here because if I go here, I can't be an actor.
Oh, so
I
you
was in
knew
grade
then.
7. I knew that I would be a particular boy if I went to a boys' school, right? I knew I could have thrived being a jock. I knew I could have thrived being a rugby player. I played Western Province water polo. I played high level rugby. I've done that all.
Water polo.
Yeah, I played Western Province water polo.
Wow.
I was fire. Nick. I was a goalkeeper called Siv. They thought because my name was Siv, they could pass me, but I was fire. But what I realized is that I wouldn't be the guy I am today if I went to a boys' school. I knew I would have been a rugby player. I would have been a rugby player, and I would have been very successful or very average.
Position?
I played flanker. With testosterone, I would have been even got bigger. You know when you a couple of injections of that stuff, some steroids. I think I would have been as big as they needed me to be.
Hectic.
But I'm glad I didn't become a rugby player because I think I would have been a rugby player, but unhappily be a rugby player who always just wanted to be an actor.
And no regrets, obviously.
It's sometimes. So I'm good friends with Sia, right? And like we chat, whatever. But I sometimes, and this is, I've never said this on a platform, but sometimes I watch him and I go, I don't want his fame. I want his power. I want the power to change lives, to change opinions, right? And just to fucking go out there and use the platform that I've been given to really, really make an impact. So when I hang out with him and he gets stopped by every single person, I'm like, I don't want the fame part. But what I do want is your power.
But you do know you can't have the one and not the other.
Yes, but
They're interlinked.
There are powerful people who are not famous.
But those powerful people, are they able to influence like...
Yeah, the
Siya
most powerful
Kolisi?
people in the world are
Some of the
unknown.
richest motherfuckers are behind closed doors. That's why sometimes when you see a rich person who's trying to act rich and trying to be on every single platform, you go, you're not as rich as you think.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's the same as when you're in a room and the guy who's the loudest is usually the person who's not the smartest.
But Sia's power is not financial.
No, so Sia, okay, I think Sia is richer than everyone thinks.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait, I'll rephrase what I'm saying. Sia is much richer, much richer than anyone knows.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Agreed.
A lot of clout. But what Sia has, and I said this to him once in an interview. I was interviewing him and I said to him, Choms, you have not even scratched the surface. Because if you ask Sia, he'll tell you he's a rugby player. But actually, Sia's more than a rugby player. Do you know what I mean? And I think when he finishes playing rugby and he's not doing his main thing, and then he becomes the person, even Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a president for 4 years, right? Mandela. No, he was a president for 4 years and then stopped being president and then did a lot of charity work afterwards and changed many more lives than in the 4 years. I look forward to see what Sia will do when he finishes playing rugby. Then I think that's when the real stuff, the extra stuff will happen, when you're changing incredible lives.
Shame, man. What's it like though with him having to deal with famous people? Deal with people when you're walking with him. That must be uncomfortable.
They ask you to take pictures of
when
him.
Sia walks, when I walk with Sia, I'm a nothing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I'm a comfortable nothing. I'm a comfortable nothing.
They don't even
You're
know
the person.
you're the person they give the phone to take the picture.
It's like sometimes it feels like. Have you ever done a sex tape? No, I've done many of those.
Have you done those?
Yeah, I've done those. I've done the sex tapes. It's like me doing a sex tape.
Okay. Set the
And
scene.
I'm like, I'm watching. I'm just a video camera. When I'm watching, going, I want to join in, but no, you must just be here.
Yeah.
Record. You must be here. Record. And then suddenly you're like, you're dodging cum and shit. You know what I mean? When I walk with Sia Kolisi, I am an absolute nothing, and I totally I'm the kind of friend that I love seeing other people succeed.
Yeah.
When I see you succeed, ask anyone who's watching this in the comments. And if you're a friend of mine and you've ever succeeded at life at anything, who's the first one to call you, no matter who you are? And if you do something well and I don't have your number, I'll find your number.
Sure. Wow. Sure.
And I'll call you and I'll tell you how great you are or were and how great you will be.
Yeah.
And when young people come to me and go, they want to be like me, I say, aim higher than me, dog. And where the hell, there's much better people than me. If you want to be like me, you are aiming for Table Mountain when you could be aiming for flipping Everest. You know what I mean? I'm a flipping molehill in comparison to people in the world who've done incredible things. So aim higher. Yeah.
So grade 7, you knew what you wanted to be.
Always knew.
And then, so where did you end up?
I went to Pinelands High.
Okay.
One of the best drama departments in South Africa. I met a guy called Mike Harris. And Mike Harris said to me, you will succeed not because you're talented. He said, you will succeed because you demand it.
Okay.
That was my drama teacher for 5 years.
And you took that.
Me. Listen, I had a mother for 37 years who told me I was great every single day of my life. She passed away 2 years ago. But me, when I walk into a room and people tell me I'm average, I'm like, you're lying. My mother told me I was great.
For 37
For 37 years. You want to tell me I'm average?
Yeah.
So for me, I think, we live in a world currently where there's cameras on us every single day. There's cell phones, there's everything. But at the end of the day, the red light is on. And I think everyone is running on this red light thing. When actually you must be, when you're in your room alone and you're naked sitting in your bed, you need to think you're great. I think a lot of us spend so much time trying to be great only in front of the camera. Like even earlier, you started recording me without telling me, and I said, no. I need to know the camera's on so I can be able to know what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. But I think a lot of us, that red light consumes our entire worlds when actually it's about how do you feel when you're in your room alone? How do you feel about yourself?
Sure.
And if you don't like yourself when you're alone, in your room alone, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Because when other people are in the room, you're going to try to overcompensate the person that you really are.
I see that because on social media, a lot of the time you get a lot of hate for the drag stuff that you do.
I don't blame them.
And the stilettos and all of that stuff. But I think it's because you're true to yourself and you know your truth.
Yeah.
That you're so comfortable in being who you want to be.
Guys, if everyone loves you, you're doing fuck all with your life.
Yeah.
If every room you go to, everyone likes you, you are nothing.
I hear that.
The only time with everyone will like you is when you're doing nothing. Like dogs only bark at moving cars, never parked ones. In other words, if you're moving, if you're doing something with your life, they'll have things to say. If you're doing nothing with your life, they'll have nothing to say. Dogs only bark at moving cars, never parked ones. The day no one has hate to say to me is the day I know I'm irrelevant. Like currently, ask the ones who hate me. They will tell you every single bad thing about me. with a tone of, but he's fucking great at it. It's like, you know, guys, you know, kids. Have you ever watched a kid walk? Do you have a child?
Yes.
How old is your child?
Two and a bit now.
Now, if when your child is learning how to walk, they say he will fall over 3,000 times. Fall, roll over, fall, knock head, fall, continues about 3,000 times before he learns how to walk, right? Imagine you fell 3,000 times right now at this age. Would you ever learn how to walk? You fall 3,000 times. You take about 3,000 knocks, falls, 3,000. Do you think you'd ever? No. Because we care what people think.
Yeah, I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do
Our biggest
this.
fear is not that we won't succeed. Our biggest fear is that people will see us not succeeding and failing. But kids don't care. And the only time a kid will cry is when you react.
Fair.
Oh, think about that again.
Yes.
He falls, you go, how? He goes, but he wasn't going to cry unless you reacted. Then we get used to that. And we get used to that. And when we get older, we don't want people to see us fall as we're trying to crawl or trying to walk.
So stay young.
Stay fucking young. Stay malleable. Like for me, guys, I think embarrassment. Okay, my biggest thing that I live by is I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. Right? Too much of us are trying to ask for forgiveness, permission before we are. So we for example, you guys, I'm sure your people told you in your life, oh guys, you shouldn't leave your 9-to-5s. No, you shouldn't leave your 9-to-5s. Just, I think you should, no, right? Rather ask for forgiveness. You go to your wife and go, my baby, I tried it didn't work. You know what I mean? Or mom, I tried it didn't work. Rather than, can I leave my job? Rather don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness rather. I'm all about that shit. But I'm the first person to say when I'm wrong.
Yes.
And that's a good trait to have.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
It's not always as easy. You know what I mean?
Humble pie.
Yeah, yo.
So 5 years in, sorry, I'm still focusing on this timeline. It's an amazing timeline. 5 years in, Josh mentioned about the drag. Dude, that woman looks.
No, I look hot as
Savannah.
She looks amazing.
Savannah, I'd fuck her.
9-inch heels.
Heels,
You can say 9-inch.
Yeah, 9-inch.
inch
No.
heels.
I'm a girl, not a show.
9-inch heels. How did she come alive?
Guys.
And you straight.
Yeah, straight. I'm as straight as an arrow. So during COVID, GBV stats increased. Women were not safe in their homes. Kids were not safe in their homes because they ended up having to stay home with their parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Masculinity made me uncomfortable. The world was attacking masculinity. They were attacking masculinity when actually the issue wasn't masculinity. The issue was toxic masculinity. The answer to improving masculinity is not making it more feminine. The answer to improving masculinity is being able to not forget the girl, the boy child, having conversations with the boys, being able to have boys to be more vulnerable, whatever. So I was uncomfortable with masculinity. I was quite upset about the state of masculinity. And I went out trying to study and learn about femininity. So I went to ballet, things that were difficult, but people made them talk about the easy. I did pole dancing, all these kind of things, drag. And I fell in love with drag. And I've never looked back, man.
Do you get hit on a lot though? When you do drag?
I have in my DMs. There are many men who are trying, and hey, man, cool. Attention is attention. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I've never had to tell a man I'm not gay. I've never had to, but I'm quite straight about. I'm quite like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And people.
What would you say is your type then in a female?
I don't think I don't have a physical type. I definitely love intelligence, authenticity. But one thing I'm struggling with women at the moment is lack of accountability. There's a lot of lack of accountability at the moment. I think it's
that's a standard.
I think it's a humanity thing. Yeah. But currently, I don't sleep with men, so I sleep with women, and the lack of accountability is pretty scary.
It's like all cars now have electric windows. It's a standard.
Yeah, you're right.
Comes with
and
the package.
but isn't the irony of it is when we were younger, we wanted electric windows, but now the ones that you wrote, that's like vintage.
That's vintage.
That's vintage.
That's vintage.
But yeah, I mean, I love intelligence. I think I said on my car, my Uber here, I said, it is definitely, I think women I'll always struggle with women because I think deep down I'll always be trying to find my mother. And she was one beast of a woman.
That's the Oedipus effect.
Oh wow, look at you, Mr. Educated. Hey, kids within education. Hey, boys school. Hey,
Yeah, you know about that.
I know.
Okay, so
I have a gist of what you're going to say, but
yes, so Oedipus was, we studied it in drama as well. So it's about this, they're going to correct me, but it's a Greek story where this guy, when he was born, it was told by an oracle that he's going to marry his mother and kill his father.
wow.
That was what the oracle said.
Makes me uncomfortable.
So what they did was they moved him because of this to another place. Okay, to cut a long story short, they moved him from when he was a young age, and then on his way in his path, he met his mother, fell in love with her. The mother didn't know that this was the kid. Fell in love with her, got in a fight, killed the dad. But what the story is that the Oedipus effect is that's what men tend to do. They look for qualities of their moms, and that's what happens. So it's normal.
Yeah, no. So I have not many regrets about after my mother died, but I do have a couple of regrets, and I don't really live in regrets. But I'll be honest about this: is I wish I saw my mother as human. Because as a son, you end up glorifying your mother to these incredible high expectations and standards. And when she makes a mistake, it hurts more because you expected so much more of her. The only time I realized my mother was a human is the day I saw her on a mortuary table. I remember fixing the sock and feeling ice. And that was when I was like, okay, my mom's gone. She was human, but she looked so beautiful. Secondly, I wish I had experienced my mother as a grandmother of my kids. So, those are the biggest. And then lastly, I think I was planning on doing so much more for her, but I needed things to be fixed so I could spend even more money on her. But if you're listening to this, I challenge you now, if you have 10 Rand and you wanted to spend 5 Rand on her next month, spend 250 on her. And then spend the next 5 when you can. I could always afford to spend a lot of money on my mother, but I needed her to learn a couple of lessons when it comes to finances. I was trying to help her with that kind of thing. I was trying whatever. But I wish I had just done it all, do the flipping cruise with her and all these kind of things I wanted to do with her,
Is it stuff that you would have wanted to
Yes.
do? Oh, man.
But currently now, and I'll say it unapologetically, I have more money than I will ever fucking need. I own 8 companies. I own a sanitary pad. I'm flipping 150% well as I'll ever need to be. But the money means nothing to me now. It meant a lot more before. Because I could spend it on her. So now I think the value of money just is irrelevant to me now. It's something that comes in and I blink twice. And
Siblings?
I have 2 older sisters.
Okay.
So I definitely try to spend money on my nieces and my nephews and my godkids and charities and stuff. But there's something that you lose as soon as you lose a mother that you never ever get back. You become an adult. You become a man. 37, I became a man. But let me tell you one thing. Yesterday I walked into the lift and I could smell her. Someone had come out with a fragrance, Aromatics by Clinique. And just one sniff smells like 37 years of memories.
Nothing can break you now.
Because I'm broken.
Yeah.
I'm broken. Like it's
like the benchmark is here.
The benchmark
It's
of
the
pain,
highest it will ever be.
Yeah, the benchmark of pain is just indescribable. Like even now that I'm telling you, do you have your mother?
Oh.
You have your mother?
I'm a mother, but not a dad anymore.
Like, let me tell you, like as I'm saying this, like if you try and comprehend and understand the pain now, bruh. Let me tell you one thing. Have you ever nearly drowned, but you drown every day? I drown every time I remember that she's dead. Every day every day of my life, I wake up and I go, oh, it wasn't a dream. Then you carry it every single day.
Yeah, it just hits you like waves.
Yeah, it reminds me of, have you ever gone hiking and you're carrying a big backpack, and the big backpack is 50 kilograms, and it'll always be 50 kilograms, but some days you get like a perfect way to carry it. Some days you fall and it's a lot harder to pick it up. Bruh, it feels like a never-ending pain that, oh man, it
sucks.
When I say I wish, like, oh my God, I ride motorbikes, and about a year ago, a woman cut me off, and I didn't pull the brakes. And I remember thinking, I'm coming, Mom.
Jeez.
That's how hard it is. It's the same as like, so before my mother died, I didn't understand suicide.
Yeah.
I used to think suicide, people who commit suicide were cowards. But for the last 2.5 years, I'm like, I get it. The only way to live is to stop the pain. And that's the only way, you know what I mean? They want to stop the pain.
Mm.
Because, and another thing, you're walking around day to day and you're a corpse of yourself. And you think that the world is better off without this terrible version of you.
Mm.
So subconsciously, you're trying to help the world by getting yourself out of this world. Because you're like, I am a percentage of what I was before. And then you're like, the only way I can stop this pain if I just end my life. I get suicide. So to anyone who's tried suicide, I understand. There's no judgment. I used to judge you all, and I apologize to anyone who I have judged for trying.
So what do you do to get yourself through each day now? Because you can't obviously carry this with you forever.
So you can. There's no other choice.
Well, you have to learn to carry it.
Yeah, yes.
While dealing with society.
So before my mother died, I used to say, believe in yourself 220%. So if you doubt yourself, you still believe in yourself 110%.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that a shit version of myself is still better than anyone else. So this is a shit version of me, but it's still better than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And lastly, I don't know, man, it's better now. It's better now. Now I have good days, but it reminds me of, you ever ate garlic and then you forget you ate garlic,
But the
and then
smell.
you burp, and you're like, oh fuck, I ate garlic. That's how my mom's death feels now. Like I can carry on and do something, carry on. I'm like, I'm good. Then I look to the right and I'm like, oh fuck. I see like lamb shank. She loved lamb shank. I'm like, fuck, lamb shank. Then I'm back and I'm like, oh, okay, my mom's dead. And I walk. Someone will order a hot chocolate and I'm like, oh, my mother loves hot chocolate. And you burp again. It's just a constant fucking brutal fucking reminder every single fucking day of your life.
That's why sometimes I question like life as a whole.
Yeah.
Like you grow up and then you lose loved ones. And then it just makes you, well, for me, I think it would make me a very miserable person. But I think it's very hard to navigate and find yourself as the happiest version of yourself. Because we've always had that moment in our life where we're the happiest we felt we ever were. But I think once you lose a parent, I've had close friends and family that have, I feel like you never that same version ever again.
No. You are never that, like, but it's like a broken leg.
Yeah.
I see the scars. I know it was there, but it does fuse a lot better. So I do weirdly feel like the worst version of me, but I just feel like the best version of me at the same time because now I'm more empathetic. I'm more empathetic. I'm more loving. I see things. I'm a little bit more emotive. I've become a better performer as well. There's something about going to your lowest, darkest place that is weirdly beautiful. And like comedy and drama are so close together. It's like a weird like thingy. I feel like I am funnier, a little bit darker in humor as well. And drama, I feel like I'm booking more work than I've ever booked because there's just something about being in that dark place that does help you. And I feel like I'm a better version of myself, but still the worst version of myself at the same time.
That true, authentic happiness that was theirs.
Because currently now, they've always tried to cancel me, but now even if they try to cancel me, I'll be like, nigga, this is nothing compared to what I felt. Like, let's go. Like, what the fuck? And there's an interesting thing of, even for you guys, you started this podcast now. You've stopped your jobs. You moved to a different city, and you know your only option is to make it work. You know what I mean? Now, if you were still doing your 9 to 5s and you had something to fall back on, you would never produce the kind of podcast and shit that you were going to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just something about, it's like when you go bungee jumping. Like, if they said to you, go bungee jumping, this rope may break, you know what I mean? Or they say, go bungee jumping, and this rope is the strongest rope, you will jump fucking fast, and you'll jump far and hard. But if they said to you, it might break, hey, you'll be a little hesitant. But if you know, just go full out. And for me, at the moment, lost my mother, fuck the world, fuck everyone, because you guys are all happy and you have your mothers. I promise you, I get that as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you both of you have your mothers. You still have to share content with your mother. Your mother can still be proud of you. I'm jealous as fuck. And I'm pretty straightforward about that. I'm jealous of all of your mothers. Jealous. Fucking jealous.
The thing is with the mother is that a mother always believes in you.
Yeah.
You know, even sometimes when your dad is upset or he isn't, your mom's still like, boy, it's fine. And what you said earlier just makes me think of Thomas Edison. I don't know if you've heard the story of Thomas Edison, the greatest inventor ever.
Light bulb. No, it's light bulb.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison was a school kid and he was going to school on a day-to-day basis. And at the end of the school year, the teacher gave him a note to take home to his mother. And he took it home and his mom read it. And he said, Mom, what is it? And they said, no, you're such a bright kid. And they say that the school can't teach you anything more because you know too much. And there's no one like you, Tom. And he said, oh, so what does that mean? And she said, the school can't have you come to the school because you're too brilliant. You need to be on your own because there's nothing more that the world can teach you. And he went on to develop the light bulb and his mom passed away many years after that. And he was cleaning up her house. And he found this envelope with a letter in it, and he said, let him open it to see what they said. And the letter said, your child is mentally ill. The school can no longer keep him here. He needs to leave. And his mom lied. His mom didn't tell him the message because it would have broken him. But his mom believed that she should believe in him for him to become the greatest man ever. And I feel like that is so profound about a mother.
So for me is every person who stops me in the road to take a picture, or I'll take a picture of anyone, conversation, take a video for a loved one, do everything and anything. But that support of everyone who loves me and appreciates me and are fans is nothing. Because I don't have that one who truthfully, deeply, authentically, unapologetically, 37 years, I'm the only person, one of 3 people who know the sound of a heartbeat from the inside, used to support me and love me. It will all never feel the same. It all will fake. It all will feel surface level bullshit in comparison to my mother's love and support. So now I just do the thing. Now I do the thing. But I used to do the thing just to impress the person.
Do you want to make somebody a mother?
So at the moment, I'm practicing on making kids.
That's it, boss.
But why are you pulling out then? Because that looks like a pull out. If you want to make
even
someone
if you're wearing
a mom,
a condom, you must pull out. That's what belly buttons are for. I'm joking. My biggest calling in life is to be a father. Like, I'm put on this earth to be a father. Not put on this earth. I'm put on this world for 2 things: to change lives and to be a father.
Nice.
My biggest calling in life.
You don't have any though?
Not that I know of. I've traveled the world. I could have an entourage of UN delegates around the world because I travel a lot. So I could have some Chinese there, some Vietnamese there. You know, I'm joking.
Some Bulgarians.
I have Bulgaria was quite a nice time. Not as much as Czech Republic. No, I don't have any kids. I have no kids. But I look forward to having kids. Many wombs on offer, but I have picked that I want to have a kid one day, and I want to adopt as well.
I was just about to say, so maybe you can still be a dad, but not.
No, I wanted to come out of
seed.
Here. I wanted to come out of here. This ball here, this right one first. And I definitely want one that will be from me because I want the slight chance that this little one will come out looking like my mother.
Yes.
Like,
It's possible.
oh,
It's possible.
and I know this little shit will come out looking like my mother. Then if you thought I loved someone before, imagine that little thing comes out looking like my mother. And my mother's genetics are like my niece, carbon copy of my mother. My nephew, they almost look like my mother.
Yeah.
Like carbon copy. So I believe in adoption, but I do want one just one to look at me like my mother.
I'm sure there's many hands out there, bro.
The problem about things is that when you get to my age, you get a lot of offers for wombs. Oh, yo. Because a lot of the times the ladies are 4 or 5 years younger than me.
There's a clock now.
There's a clock now. They're trying to find someone they're like, just put one in me, But picking a wrong person to have a child with could be one of the biggest mistakes of your life. I'm watching friends have difficult times with their wives or husband, there's kids involved. That for me, if you are listening to me and you're going to have a child, picking the wrong person to have a child with could be one of the worst decisions of your life. Because it's 18 years, then they're doing university. You start to see this person for the rest of your life. Ha! Pick the wrong one. It's nice when you're in there. You're not thinking, you're nice. Then you only think when you finish. Then you think about the mistake that you've made because when you're about to, the last thing you think of is responsibilities. When you feel it coming, you feel, and then you start breathing on necks. Then you start breathing. Then because the thing is, another thing that we've learned is that I think a lot of people think that, because I think when people are in the moment sexually, you think of nothing else but that thing. And that's a natural trait. That's a natural thing that they want you to do this thing. And you think, I'm just going to pull out. No, my chums, when your guys are ready, I'm the fastest. So if you're having a bad day, remember, you were the fastest at one point.
That time,
There were one time you were the fastest.
Backstroke.
And sometimes it was the last time you were able. Guys, that one time you were the fastest. And that one time, black people, was the one time you could swim. That one time. And now, fuck all swimming. Now you here. When you could earlier, you were the fastest. Now,
Yeah, but you want to talk, Siv, you were playing water polo, bro.
I played provincial water polo.
How?
Because they told me I couldn't.
And at your age,
yes, but
that was a different
They told me I
time.
couldn't.
Okay, but surely there was probably a transformation kind of
No,
thing where they
told
had
me,
to pick a certain number.
No, nigga.
You
I
sure?
was, because there were no blacks to pick from.
That's what I'm thinking.
But there's no BE, there's no blacks to pick from.
Okay.
It's like going, we are looking for blacks who can scuba dive. There's not many of them.
Zero.
I scuba dive very well.
Oh, sorry.
Around the world, nigga.
Oh my God.
nigga.
Oh,
I've
man.
done Vietnam.
The
I've
profiling.
done PP. I've done flipping. I just came from Vietnam now. I've done Egypt. I'm the best diving in the world. I've done the, what's it called?
So you're swimming in all these oceans,
Bruh, I do it all. But they told me is that
My
I
bad.
couldn't swim. They told me I couldn't swim as a kid.
Why did they see you auditioning for a swim?
No,
or was it
because
just
when we were kids, they were like, black kids don't swim. I swim.
Water polo.
My first job I did, professional job I did, was Kool-Aid. Do you know why?
Kool-Aid?
I had a girl who had a crush on Shelly Major. Her mom was Kathy Major. I'm one day walking home from swimming practice with Miss Castley from the Red School. I was crossing the bridge, living in Pinelands, right? And at the same time, Kathy's mom, Kathy and Shelly, right, intersected me at the canal. Right? They were coming over, I was going to turn left. And we actually intersected what are the chances? I had my towel around my neck. Shelly's Major's mom, Kathy, says to Shelly, wait a minute, we just came from Paula Persh agency, and she had said that they're looking for a black kid who could swim for a Kool-Aid commercial because one black kid lied and said he could swim, jumped into the water. The next day, who's on a Kool-Aid commercial?
Siv Ngesi?
And then a week later, Paula Push, who's the agency, says to me, and listen to this, she says, we can take you next week to an audition for Les Miserables, a musical traveling the world for a year and a half. But we'll take you home after the first round.
Wow.
And I was like thinking to myself, why would I have to go there, spend the whole day there, and then leave in the first round? Why not just get it?
Yeah, get the part.
And I got it. I traveled the world as a 9-year-old.
Short, bro.
Swimming should be compulsory. Swimming should be compulsory. It is not a hobby. It's a life skill.
Yes. So
The bullshit of black people priding themselves in not swimming is absolute incompetence. For me, it's fucking suicide. Not learning how to do a basic life skill. It's ridiculous. But we blacks will pride ourselves in running. I'm fast. Nigga, be fast in the water.
Yeah.
Because running can save your life, yes, but I promise you swimming can save your life too. Swimming should be compulsory, and every single child should learn how to swim. And every single child should have water safety, not just swimming, but water safety. Do you know how many kids die in the ocean by just being taken out by the current? Now, if you've never swum before in your life, you guys are from KZN, you guys know how to handle the ocean. What happens when you get taken out by the current? What should you do? Not fight.
Don't fight.
just chill.
Let it take you. And then if you swim 1 meter to the right or the left, it'll kick you back out. How many kids are like this? Fight.
He has an interesting story about the first time he boogie boarded.
I don't know what he's talking about.
But first what?
They'll tell him, confess.
idea what he's saying.
He got damn.
No, so look, we're not going to repeat an episode.
Nigga statistic.
But it's almost a statistic.
But exactly what you're saying. I learned how to swim just so that I don't have any trouble in the water. I don't want stories. What you're talking about, this is water polo, trading water, bro.
I'm
Trading water.
'Cause you hear the whole
is a
time, eh?
different
Guys,
skill.
look at me. Look at me.
Nah,
look at
you
this.
got them.
What
My-
I wish I could tell this is some
That
exercises.
is
I was born with these
my
motherfuckers. But
goodness.
swimming should be compulsory. And if your kids
Agreed.
don't know how to swim, your kids should be in swimming lessons already, nigga.
Yes, he's already in swimming lessons.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
look
don't
at this.
mess around,
Oh,
man.
next thing is land. Is your lady white?
Oh, she's
Ooh,
close.
she's close.
But I'm no moosey.
She's close.
What is it?
He was almost
she's,
moosey.
she's a colored lady.
Colored,
yeah.
Yes, girl, you see this? No wonder she's swimming, eh?
But if you see her, you'll think,
That's why I like
White
Cape
girl.
Town.
Is where do you guys meet?
We met at a school. She's a teacher.
Oh, you should get Musi here. Have you, Musi would love to come here.
No, what?
Musi would love to come to the interview.
we,
Yeah,
we
we
were
would love to
supposed
have
to, we were
Musi,
supposed to do Musi, but our calendars
No,
just
I'll put it away.
didn't
I
work.
just spoke to him today, actually.
Oh, thanks, big guy.
Big Sia as well.
But
please.
yeah, good luck with that. You're wasting your time there. No, man. It's swimming should be compulsory. I've done some work in KZN for water safety with DHL and Life Saving South Africa. So I think for me, swimming should be compulsory. And yeah, man, I always was uncomfortable by people telling me that I can't do something. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. I would rather go and fail while trying it than not be able to do it. So, you know what I mean? Everywhere I am, I'm thinking of starting a skydiving course now.
You skydive as well, bro.
Yeah. So I went skydiving again last 4 weeks ago, and I was uncomfortable by the amount of fear I had.
Really?
The aeroplane was smaller than usual, and I was so fucking scared. And I remember being there going, I am so scared. It's my 4th time doing it.
Oh,
And this was the biggest fear that I ever had. And I realized as I was up there that I need to do this more and more because I've never felt so inadequate. I've never felt so like a nothing. And I'm going to start the course shortly.
what does the course do for you? Is it so you can teach others?
I don't want to teach no one. I just want to do it over and over again so I can feel like I'm going to die every time.
That's crazy, eh?
No, there's guys. There is something very, 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 very special about uncomfortability. If you think that there is no growth in the comfort zone, there is no growth. If you have a sore tooth and something's growing, it's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like so many people are so stuck and comfortable. If you are, guys, our parents, God bless their souls, they did incredible things, but they did the same thing every single day.
Yep.
every single day. But so your parents will be younger than my parents, but that's why our parents struggle to work cell phones, the technical stuff. Because they did the same thing for flipping 50 years, guys, like 45 years. How much uncomfortability did they have? So I remember my mom used to irritate me when I used to teach her how to use a cell phone. She used to irritate me. But she was doing the same thing for 35 years. My mom was a principal and a teacher. Intelligent woman. But I promise you, they couldn't adapt like we adapted.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean?
Well, things are changing quickly with us
quickly.
as well.
You have to keep- and us, we're part of the generation. I'm older than you guys. I'm 8 years older than you. I'm 10 years older than you. We're part of the generation that had no cell phones. My first cell phone,
Yes.
I was in grade 7, right? The Nokia 3210, right? So I'm part of the generation that's lived without and with cell phones. So we're in a conundrum kind of a space.
Game changing.
You guys are better at it than I am, but I'm good enough. I'm good enough. But our parents were not.
They didn't have the choice as well.
No.
All our parents, our generation, I would say 94 is the first generation
Yeah.
where we actually had freedom of choice of everything we wanted. Like go to the school you want, study what you want. The opportunities were there. I mean, if you look back 50 years,
Yeah, agreed. But for me, I go back to comfort zones. Too many of us are comfortable. Too many of us are expecting growth, are expecting different results by doing the same thing and being too comfortable. I wake up sometimes, if I'm uncomfortable, it makes me uneasy, bro. It makes me uneasy. I go to my paddle groups and I pick the hardest game. I go there. I'm a 2.35. I played 310 games.
that means
Is that your handicap?
Yeah, but
your
that's
handicap.
like above average.
above average. So you're good.
I'm good enough. I'm a 2.35. I'll pick games with 3.59s, knowing I'm going to lose, but
So
I
they
need to be
can rinse
uncomfortable.
you.
I need to be uncomfortable as fuck. Oh.
Sure.
But so many of us are comfortable, man. We're too comfortable. We're too comfortable. Have you fallen 3,000 times? Did you get up? Did you get up?
Profound.
You know, for me, I'm not trying to be fun, but you know, so I box. I box and there's people like I've boxed against a lot of people, like I spar, whatever. Do you think you learn more lessons from a person who has lost or a person who has won when you box or you watch UFC?
Person who's lost
Do yourself a favor, bruh. Watch the person who has lost at UFC.
because they've learned
What's the
lesson.
man whose head is down? He has lost. He has trained his ass off. And when he jumped into that ring, he believed he was going to win. Talk to the one who has lost. Don't talk to the guy who has won. Because his experience has always been good things.
That was his expectation.
Yes. Talk about the guy who has lost in the ring.
You know where he lost.
Yeah.
He knows.
When I train for a fight, I get moved to kingdom come. The most difficult experience is when I'm sparring, when I'm getting fucked up by professionals. That's where the uncomfortability is. The night of the fight, that's where the beauty is.
Hey, we gotta come watch him, eh?
I'm 40 now, bro. I'm not fighting no more.
You
I spar every Tuesday.
You still got it though.
I spar every Tuesday.
Yeah. What would you say? I'm hearing falling 3,000 times, uncomfortability. In your whole career now, what would you say was like the major turning point for you to just?
No, this is South Africa, buddy. Our industry is like a treadmill.
So it was
It's like
just
speeding on a treadmill while the
Yeah.
other person is running on the ground. Bro, I've done blockbusters with Viola Davis, some of the biggest stars, and then the next I'm auditioning for a South African film and not getting it. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I just...
yeah.
Now I'm doing a film now with Idris Elba, Regina King, the lead of Wicked, the black lady, Tusom Bedo. I'm doing quite a big film now.
That's nice.
I'm training as we speak. But no one cares. You'll be in that film. Next month you must audition for, then I was also auditioning for South African Soapy.
Generations.
I laughed. I said I'm not available. Then I'm busy with Viola Davis.
Yo.
Idris Elba. But this industry, there's no such thing, bro.
Really, eh?
Nothing will humble you more than this. The same as, bruh. Okay. One day you're having a good day with your wife. The next day you're not having a bad day with your wife. Oh, do you think yesterday is going to help you with today when you're having a bad one?
No, but
You're going to go, babes, yesterday I gave you flowers. I don't forget that.
no, but it will be like if I look, let's just say we 15 years down the line, I'll think, geez, that one day we had this argument. It's actually been a key point in our relationship to shift where we are going.
Yeah.
That's basically where I'm going with you with this question.
I still go back, bro. My highlight of my career is grade
9.
12, bro. Grade 12, playing Macduff in Macbeth. And playing an African version of Macbeth. Still just going on that stage, man. And one of my biggest disappointments was not winning Best Actor in grade 12. 'Cause I deserved it.
Pinelands.
Yeah, but I did win Most Likely to Be Successful. I did win, you know what I mean? But
It hits.
Have
It
they called you back for like a speech or something?
I do many of those.
Oh, nice. Man.
But I guess it's but I won a SAFTA for best presenter, and on stage I said, "Thank you, Mom, for all you've done. I'm proud to be one of only 3 people who know the heartbeat of your heartbeat from the inside, the sound of heartbeat inside." And she went crazy, and then I went backstage to speak to her after I won the award, and she said, "Thank you for making me someone." Undenze umntu. And in English, it doesn't work the same, but she said, "Thank you for making me someone," you know? And for me, my best achievements were when she's alive, you know? Like her being able to be proud and brag, you know? So at my mom's memorial service, they said, your mother was so proud of you that she used to share your drag and pole dancing videos in the church WhatsApp group.
In the church group.
So
Church
proud.
group is black. Xhosa.
They must have been
Yeah,
like,
and
Ndonle.
And they used to share me getting initiated, you know, Xhosa. So they knew that I was straight and whatever, that kind of thing. I'm gonna share my pole dancing videos, bro.
Chini.
Me there, me there.
Indon.
And that for me is, and now I have to carry my life without that love, bro.
Yo, man.
And it's like uncomfortability, man. You gotta. What are you willing to do, man?
You know, you talk about your drag, and you were there was a lot of masculinity. You were seeing the toxic masculinity.
English will take you.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you up, English.
Jesus.
Just you think you've got it there, colored vibe.
Listen properly.
How boom 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 boom.
So
Boom 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom. What I want to know is, what did you actually learn from that experience?
From drag.
Well, yeah, because you said that's the journey you took.
I think.
What makes you good at it as well?
I don't know. There are many people who are better than me in it, but I think drag is painful. You've tucked heels. They've like a lot of things are happening, but like every single woman in this country, they have to walk around like everything is fine. When it's painful to be a woman in this country. So being in drag, you're in these heels, your feet are sore, you know, you've been taped down, and you just, it's uncomfortable. But you have to walk around with elegance. You have to walk around in the world like everything is fine. And we live in a country that I always say you can judge a society by how tightly a woman holds her bag close to her chest. If you see women walking around, they're always holding their bags. That's the society.
Do you know how dangerous the area is?
Do you know how dangerous the area is?
Yeah.
But drag taught me that a woman can be walking, doing nothing, and a man comes up to her and goes, "Just smile, man." Nah, nigga, I don't want to smile, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm walking. When's the last time a man told you, "Nah, bruh, just smile, but nah, bruh, it's rag." Nah, bruh. Like when you're walking on the street.
No, he's that man that does that.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that, but he's not trying to fuck you.
No.
What I'm saying is that, but women every single day are literally under attack.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
And you judge a society by how closely a woman holds her bag. If you've never been to a place, look at the woman. If she has her bag just you fine. If she has her bag here, you're not.
And that, yes, yeah, yo.
That's like the comparison with
Deborah.
walking in the mall to town.
Yeah,
Taxi
yeah.
rank.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know? Spot on.
So like, yeah, man, it's those kind of things. And for me, my mission, like we could cut this up into a section, but I think the world is continuously telling men that they are the problem, not that they have a problem. Many men have a problem that makes them the problem. But interesting how the society treats men who have a problem as the problem. So if a woman, I'm going to say this will get me in trouble, but if a woman kills her family, her kids, everyone goes, oh my goodness, it was her last resort. Oh, poverty is so bad. She must have mental health issues. It's so sad that that's what she had to resort to. If a man kills his entire family, there you go. He's so evil. How could he do that? That fucking coward. He's evil. He's terrible. Masculinity is bad. We treat men's mental health differently to women's mental health. Women have a problem. Men are the problem. Right?
That's
then
the society.
That's what
they're
society has
painting.
built. But I repeat, and I say this all the time, no matter how much you hate a man, you need men. This world will not work without us, right? But what I'm saying is that the answer to fixing masculinity is not making it more feminine, right? I think we need to spend time and try and correct the wrongs of toxic masculinity. But let's not mix up toxic masculinity with masculinity. They're not
Yes.
the same thing. Masculinity is a beautiful thing.
Yes,
Like your child,
you need
do you
it.
have a daughter, a son?
Son.
Your son needs you. Your wife could do it without you, dog. It would be difficult, but I promise you, your masculinity is needed on that son, right? And another thing that society keeps on talking about this, so 60% of people in society in South Africa are raised by single mothers. But then people speak like just because she's raising the kid alone, that there's no male influence. Bruh, there's grandfathers, there's uncles, there's me's, they're all positive male influences that are needed in society. So if you think we can carry on the world without masculinity, you're talking shit.
You need it.
You need us. You need masculinity.
But we need to eradicate the
The
toxic.
toxic version of it. Like there's toxic femininity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But where does the toxic masculinity stem from? What would you say is?
I think
the main
patriarchy.
cause?
Patriarchy is patriarchy is a crazy thing that is a system that is perpetuated by society. Because people think patriarchy is perpetuated by men. No. Patriarchy is men, women, everyone. It's a societal thing. But I do think we have to keep each other accountable consistently as men. We got to call out the men. But another view that I have some views that people might not agree with. So men, there's 5 of us in this room, 2 people behind the camera, there's 3 of us. So if we wanted to go and hunt a mammoth in the old days, we would go, you take this leg, you take this leg, you take this leg, and we do something together to whatever. But if you fucked up, we wouldn't scream at you together. We would come address it to you one-on-one. Listen, yeah, you could have done this, you could have done this, you could have done this. Just make it better next time. Now, the problem with that, right, is that you only held accountable to one person. Then he will say the same thing, he will say the same thing, he will say the same thing. But the problem there, right, is that you were never held to a group to be accountable, right? So for example, if you beat your wife, he'll come to you and go, Chomps, come on, man, listen, you can't do this, dog. Like, then you'll be like, okay, cool, I won't do this, dog. Women out each other in groups. That's why the cancel culture worked a lot with women, right? When they were outing people, they would out each other in groups, which holds you accountable and thing. So then they were screaming at us for not calling out other men, but we don't have that in us. We don't have that pack mentality of taking each other out.
We go one-on-one.
So if 2 men are fighting, what do other men do?
They watch.
We watch.
Yeah.
Because we are trained, you get knocked down, we'll jump in when you're down.
Yes.
Right? Have you seen women fights?
Oh, hands.
Very different to us, right? And then if someone does jump in, who are other men will stop him. Kind of a thing. So I think sometimes I feel like society has evolved past us as men. Sometimes I do think there are certain things that for us that we're still animalistic about, I don't think we've evolved past. I think sometimes. I think that's a fault and a positive in some sense. Because one thing I did say at a podcast recently is, if I was in this room with 5 women and they're going, fuck masculinity, fuck men, sick and tired of men, fucking, man, motherfuckers, trash. But if a man walks into that room with a knife,
Oh my gosh, Siv, help us.
all of them will look to me to protect them.
Yeah.
That's the one moment when I'm not trash. Then I'm a protector, right? Sometimes you go to dinner. Hate men, fuck men, fuck men, fuck men, fuck men. Bill comes. I'm a provider. But you told me to fuck men. Now I'm a provider. Why only now am I a provider? Fuck men, fuck men, fuck men. Open the door for me. Chivalry. Cannot be selective when masculinity is needed in society. But we need to find a balance.
We do need to find a balance, and the toxic part, yeah, definitely needs to be addressed.
Like in the comments, buddy, promise you many people won't agree with me. But I don't give a fuck. I have felt pain that you will not know. So your pain of cancelling me in the comments means nothing.
So what you up to this year?
I have a film I'm shooting at the moment.
Are you allowed to tell us what it is?
No. You'll find out. People will just write in the comments.
When will we find out?
It's coming out.
Okay, where are you shooting it?
All over South Africa. It's a big one. Actually, it's been released already. Children of Blood and Bones, Viola Davis, Regina King.
When's it coming out? Regina King is Riley on Boondocks.
I don't know.
Really? That's
IMAX,
Riley and Huey.
Yeah, IMAX 2027. I've got a smaller spot there.
2 years?
Yeah. Doing that. And then
Show
I'm
you
busy
Regina
writing
King.
a new show called Mommy's Boy about my mother. Actually about masculinity, my views of masculinity, and then the last 10 minutes is just about losing my mother. Doing that.
Mommy's Boy.
Yeah, Mommy's Boy it's called. And then just traveling, working. I want to create a community of men. I'm not happy with the state of men. Men's suicides up for 40%. Youth male suicides up by 40%. More men are dying of suicide than women are dying of breast cancer. But those stats don't make front pages. And for me, I think we complain about men, but no one is using the same mouths that they complain about men to help men. Companies are spending millions and millions and millions on spending money against gender-based violence, but no one's spending money on programs to help boys. But I mean, that doesn't make sense. What the fuck? What do you mean? And it all stems down to the charities that are fighting GBV know that the money will stick with them. If they start publicizing other charities that are pro-man, you have to share your money. It's a money game. I want to be able to help the boy child. I've got some very powerful male friends who are willing to get involved. We want to create programs where people can mentor young boys. I have a dream. I have this weird dream before I go, because I have to get to pedal. I have a dream of creating an institution, a community of men, like-minded men. We will create like rules of you joining this club. You will sign at the bottom, meaning you have to fit all of these things. If you do not fit, you can't be one of us. Then we'll have one night, we'll have an app, and we'll be like, we're meeting today in Long Street. Wear black. And then we out it to other women going, hey ladies, if you ever want to have a good night tonight, there'll be 1,000 men out on Long Street today. So you know you'll be extra safe, right? Then in different clubs, there'll be men wearing these shirts. So you know you're part of these group men, so hold them accountable. We have programs.
This is the
we have
ethos.
weekends away. I grew up in Scouts. That's what I had.
It's like a gentleman's club.
It's like a gentleman's. That's what I had, bruh. I had that, bruh. But we weren't pussies. We weren't pussies. That's what I'm saying. We weren't that. It was just accountable men.
So you weren't tying knots, selling cookies.
We were.
Oh, you were. But you were hard.
But we were hard.
Hard.
Right? And I think for me, is to be able to create a community of men.
Scouts is gone now.
It's not what it was.
Yeah.
But it's still there, man. It's not as popular as it was. But for me, I want to create a community of accountable men that we can all be held accountable. I really want to do that.
Position it as exclusive, and you'll get more men.
Yeah. So want to do that, and then obviously, then if men want to buy a PlayStation, if you have this card, you get 10% off. Do you know what I mean? Like if you want to get a facial, this card you have. I want to create that.
I must
Like
tell
a
you.
Spur Club. Remember Spur Club?
Yes.
Oh,
I must tell you.
those are cards. Those are good.
I remember thinking of an idea similar to yours, but it was more like you can hire out a dad for like, because a lot of kids didn't have dads.
Yeah.
So I thought of this idea, and I was like, okay, maybe if you join this thing and you can just hire out a dad, it's all free. Dad can come and join the dad day, whatever. So I shared the idea with my friend Pinder. He's a lawyer. I'm like, bro, just check this out. He's like, bro, no.
Sounds like a pedophile.
It's like, it's
pedophile
like,
heaven.
I get your intentions.
Pedophile heaven.
I get your intentions, but this ain't the right way to do it.
So I have a great example. I have a friend of mine. One day they had a father-son braai. Son is about 10. She calls me to take the kid on a father braai. So I go. I'm there, whatever, sitting with the sons, whatever. And he comes to me and he brings a group of friends to me as I'm braaiing. I'm not his father. He's like, hi, this is my dad, guys. He introduced me to his friends as his dad.
You see,
You can see that I am not his dad. But I didn't correct him. Never corrected him that night.
but do you get how he felt?
Yeah. He felt
to be able to say this is
yeah. And I think, yeah, man, it was important. It was important that day, and I think he'll never forget it because he doesn't have a dad.
Exactly.
But he kept on bringing the kids, going, "This is my dad." And
Exactly.
I didn't have the balls to correct him.
And so many kids are looking for the dad to come on the weekend when all the other kids have their dads. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, find a way to make it cool.
And unproblematic.
Yeah. It's masculinity is an interesting space, and we need to pivot. If every man was the CEO of his company and the CEO of masculinity, because masculinity would be his company, would they be happy with the state of their company that they're running? And I can tell you now, no man would be happy with masculinity at the moment, or toxic masculinity, because it's part of it. I can promise you. And then ask every man who has a daughter, would you let any man on the side of the road be with a daughter? And they'll go, no. Why? Because they know the potential of what masculinity can do in the wrong hands.
They know.
I feel like masculinity for me is like nuclear power and water and wind. You need wind, you need nuclear power, you need water. But in the wrong hands, all of these three things can cause damage. And I think we need to use the power of masculinity correctly.
To nurture.
Water gives life, but it can drown you. Wind power, all these things are needed. Yeah, but you've seen the wind here in Cape Town. It will blow you like a newlywed. And nuclear power, Hiroshima, all these things. I just feel like masculinity in the right hands is something beautiful.
And that is how we should close this.
Guys, it's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you so much.
I've talked too much, but I hope you guys have
learned.
found you can use it.
I can't wait to watch your movie, man.
It's 2025.
2027.
2027.
I'm a
IMAX.
movie.
You know when that movie's opening and they say it's going to be an IMAX?
Yeah.